So I had put up this video yesterday on ZAT, and I talked about the fact that you must apply to XLRI and also should also look at their HRM program. And I've got certain questions from here in my VARC 1000 group, which says, sir, should someone with no background in HR apply for HRM in ZAT form? I'm actually not looking at MBA in HR, but XLRI is HR has a reputation. I'm not thinking to apply, but I want to know before I submit. So that's a question that's been asked, and there is some discussion on it. So I thought I'll address that particular question. The question is, should I actually apply to HR if I'm not interested in HR? Should I apply to, let's say, Agri business management of IIM Lucknow if I'm not interested, at least at this point in time, not interested in that particular course? What should I apply? So I'm going to answer this question in with taking a big picture view first, and then getting to that specific question that is being raised. The big picture is this. You're doing this management program or course, that MBA that you're doing, is because you would want to see some growth in your career. Now that growth in your career is in, people talk about this management career, right? But if you actually think about it, anything that you do, any career that you pick up, inevitably at some point in time, you'll become a manager, whether you do an MBA or you don't. If you are a teacher in a school, at some point in time, probably you'll become principal and you're a manager. Any job that you pick up, at some point in time, you end up being a manager. So let's say you are a software engineer working in as a software engineer in some IT company. At some point in time, as you grow, you'll probably become a project leader, project manager, delivery manager. You'll become manager, whether you do MBA or not. So why is that you're looking at doing an MBA? You're hoping that you'll get certain growth, certain exposure throughout your career, and become probably at some point in time CEO of an organization, or maybe there is a startup, start your own company, or whatever that idea is. The point is that when you become that CEO of an organization, you're what? CEO of what? Marketing, finance, HR, operation of what? I think the way in which we look at management is at this point in time, we look at management like, what is the immediate job that I get? But the real charm of management happens in your 30s, in your early 40s. When you get those cross-functional exposure in an organization, every organization will put you up in various roles so that you can be groomed to become someone who can handle the complete organization. So even if, let's say, you start with marketing, I'm quite confident that in your career, at some point in time, you'll be exposed to other functional areas of the organization. That's how you can pick up and grow in that organization. So if I look at my own story, so I have, though I'm in education, a considerable part of my life, I started with marketing. Then I got into center operations. I've handled center. Then I got into products. And during the career, there was this one brief period of time, for a couple of years, I was doing a part of this particular project, wherein helping with banks to get recruitments. Training and recruitment. I was part of that one particular project. So then throughout my career, I probably, barring maybe, and then currently as a partner, running, owning certain centers, I'm also have to look at other aspects as well. Plus, I also take sessions and take classes and do a lot of things. So the point is not bragging. This is not a braggable thing. Anyways, the point that I'm making is that when you grow in your career, you end up having multiple exposure. It's a question of where do you start with. Now, coming back to that question, should I apply to HR? I'm not necessarily applying to HR. I'm applying to XLRI. If I'm wanting to do a management program, I would want to be in a place where I can have an atmosphere where the set of my peers are highly motivated. The set of faculty is amazing. We've got an environment where you get opportunity to learn a lot. I'm not applying to HR. I'm applying to XLRI. I'm not applying to agribusiness management program. I'm applying to IIM Lucknow. And to me, so I'm not applying to, let's say, analytics program. I'm applying to IIM Bangalore. IIM Bangalore has that particular program as well. So if I'm not able to get to the school of my choice using one path, I would want to get to the school of choice using another path. And then I'll figure out the career is too long, man. It's what, 40 years, anything can happen. It's not like if you start somewhere, you're going to get stuck there. So somebody asked a question after doing HR from XLRI, is it possible to get to marketing? Maybe not in the immediate term, but life is long. It's in your control. You join an organization, you can figure out a way, man. You can do whatever. That's what I believe. So the way in which at this point in time, why should I not apply? Applying is what? One click of a button, maybe spend some extra money, $300 extra. For the IIMs, or for all the program, you just have to apply, select all. Why am I choosing? Let me go through the process and let me get the call and then decide. The question of whether I should join XLR HR program or not is you don't even have the right to ask that question now because you don't have it with you. First to create an opportunity for that question that you apply. You do well in that. Go through the process, convert the interview call, then ask me that question. And that will be the right point. At this point in time, why would you want to discard some options based on the assumptions that you have? What do you know about HR? What do you know about agribusiness management? What do you know of food and agribusiness management, for example? Pepsi, for example, or Coke, for example, is still food. Why not? For all those people looking at management education, please do understand the quality of their education is going to come from the college. Now, I do understand not the top college, not every, there are lack of seats in college. Right? That's of course a problem, not because of your ability or the person that you are. More often than not, the number of seats that in the college are limited. So why don't I expand my seats by applying to multiple programs? If I've taken the CAT, there are people who come back and say, I don't want to go to this particular place and study. It's like, I don't like it. But what are you saying? It's a 2-year. Go wherever you want. Study wherever you want. So long as the college is good, go study. Then come back to your hometown or wherever you want to come back to and work wherever you want to work. When at the point of application, I do understand the application process is a costly affair. So it has to be carefully looked at. You cannot start looking at, okay, let me apply. Okay, this college, let me apply. Dad, I need some $1,000. Okay. After sometimes, daddy, $1,000. After some, daddy, $1,000. That's like, wait a minute, what's going on? What's going on? You at this point in time, think about, list down the colleges that you want to go to. Look at all the programs in the college. Apply. And for example, so if you're applying to be a business management program, you have to take the ZAT. Why can't you apply? I do understand that the college has a specific purpose for why they run this course. They want people who are really interested in it. But interest can change, man. Because the pace at which the things are going, the things are happening, anything can happen. So long as you make the best out of the opportunity that you get, there is no problem. So my answer to that question is, don't think, just apply. So long as you would want to be a part of that college. That's my answer. Right? Bye.